One for All. One for All is the foundation of Deku's power. It's a stockpiling quirk that stores raw energy, giving its user immense strength, speed, agility, and durability. Originally a transfer-only quirk, it became stronger with each user that added their power to it. Deku inherited One for All from All Might, the symbol of peace. At first, Deku could only use a fraction of its power, just 5% would shatter his limbs. To avoid self-destruction, he developed techniques like full cowling, which spreads the energy across his body. This allowed him to use more power without damaging himself. He gradually advanced to 20%, then 45%, and even 100% temporarily using other support quirks. One for All is also the reason Deku can access the quirks of past users, turning him from a one-trick powerhouse into a versatile hero with multiple abilities. Blackwhip. Blackwhip was the first hidden quirk Deku unlocked. It comes from the 5th user, Daigoro Banjo, and allows Deku to produce energy tendrils from his body. This quirk is excellent for mobility and crowd control. Deku can use Blackwhip to grab objects, swing from structures, restrain enemies, or even create mid-air platforms. However, when he first awakened it during training against Class 1B, he lost control as it reacted to his emotions, especially anger. With guidance from Banjo's vestige, Deku learned to keep calm and use Blackwhip with precision. It became a staple of his combat style and pairs well with Float to create high-speed aerial movement. It's also great for multitasking in battle, grabbing one target while preparing a punch for another. Float. Float, originally used by Nana Shimura, All Might's mentor, allows Deku to defy gravity. It doesn't grant high-speed flight, but gives him controlled levitation, which is critical in avoiding ground attacks and maintaining aerial advantage. Deku first unlocked Float during the Paranormal Liberation War, when Shigaraki attacked with devastating ground-based abilities. The quirk activated instinctively to keep him and others safe. Later, with training, Deku learned to combine Float with Blackwhip to swing, dodge, and reposition in the air. Float also provides tactical options, like launching aerial strikes or rescuing civilians in disaster zones. While simple on paper, its synergy with Deku's other quirks makes it incredibly powerful. Danger Sense. Danger Sense is a quirk from the 4th user, Hikage Shinomori. It alerts Deku to nearby threats with sharp head pains, similar to Spider-Man's Spider Sense. First used during the Paranormal Liberation War, it helps him dodge sudden attacks and react instantly. However, it's less effective if an enemy has no hostile intent and can become overwhelming in chaotic battles. Despite its flaws, Danger Sense greatly improves Deku's reflexes and overall survivability in combat. Smokescreen. Smokescreen from the 6th user Entayutai is a support-type quirk that generates dense smoke clouds from Deku's body. It doesn't do damage, but it's extremely effective for confusion and stealth. Deku uses Smokescreen to hide his movements, escape attacks, and disorient enemies. In narrow spaces or city environments, it becomes even more useful. However, the 6th user warned him, using too much can obstruct his own vision and backfire. To counter that, Deku uses Danger Sense and Blackwhip within the smoke, letting him act while enemies are blinded. Smokescreen is especially helpful in rescue missions or against ranged opponents. Fa-Jin. Fa-Jin, from the 3rd user Bruce Lee, lets Deku store kinetic energy by performing repeated movements like running or jumping. This energy can then be released in bursts, greatly boosting speed or power for a moment. Think of it like charging up and releasing a spring. Deku used Fa-Jin during his fight with Lady Nagant, where he combined it with 45% One for All to perform a faux 100% Manchester Smash. Fa-Jin makes Deku unpredictable and explosive in battle. It's especially useful when Deku is constantly moving, letting him gain extra bursts of power without exhausting his core quirk's limits. Gearshift. Gearshift, inherited from the 2nd user Toshitsugu Kudo, lets Deku control the speed of anything he touches, speeding it up, stopping it, or shifting its motion. Combined with One for All, it breaks physics, allowing Deku to dash midair or strike before enemies can react. In the final war, he used it with Fa-Jin and One for All to unleash Gearshift Smash, a teleport-like attack. Though it requires intense focus, Gearshift gives Deku full control in high-speed and close combat battles, making it one of his most precise and powerful quirks.